Hello. So for this one, I'm going this collage influence. I'm going to do Jamie Reid, and you see on this picture here, you've got the cover for the Sex Pistols single "God Save the Queen," where and I just started out say with that. I'm not going to talk about this piece into depth too much because that's going to eventually going to be one of my favorite record covers. It's just I've got round to Jamie Reid. I was going to do him previously. You'll see previously I got a video that was done. It was quick one that was done on the day that he died. So, and I always said I would do him as an influence, a proper video. So I've got round to that now. This is going to be going on. This is going to be mentioned on that because this is where Jamie Reid is where a lot of this punk version of what we do of collage artwork really came from. Like I said, the whole idea of using of I could be totally wrong, but the whole idea of an album, a record cover being weaponized in the way that it was, that really came through him. And so the look of the torn things and the safety, well, the safety pins really came from people wearing them in New York, but then being used specifically as a part of punk for the fact that it's a safety pin that it was in some of this early. I think it was in the Anarchy in the UK cover, but I tried to use this ArtNet page on him because this has got a good selection of his artwork, not just the stuff with the Sex Pistols that is there, but some other stuff later on. So, for instance, you got this here, which is this Safe Petrol Burn Cars one, and it's just I've done with someone called Shepherd Fairy, but it's like a parrot. It's like a not a parody, but it's like it's a reference to a previous image that he'd done for the Sex Pistols, rather than them being on tour, where two tour buses that had nowhere and something else written in the little destination marker at the top of them. So, and there's another page of that. No. So he was somebody who definitely he wasn't just like making the record covers for the record covers. He definitely had something on his mind. Um, so and so, but yeah, the fact that he did the record covers for or some of the record covers for that particular band kind of overshadowed everything else he did, I think. So and you got this. This one's like 2012, and um, it's not a collage piece. This one is, but is Shoplifters Welcome, an anti-Wall Street piece. Very anti-capitalist stuff, anti-authoritarian. Still in the same uh, um, the same vein as what he did when he was doing punk covers back in the early days when he was just swept up in that kind of musical movement that was part of it. So this is quite good. The Avenging Angel. So you've got like a what is a world made of money and throwing angel throwing a petrol bomb at this world. That was very good actually. I like that one. So some of these dates, I don't know if they're actually the dates I made because it's got this Anarchy in the UK out soon. That was in 2023. So, and that's a picture of, I think it's Glenn Matlock and John Lydon. Some of these don't have dates like these ones. It says prostitute because this is a site where it's where these I don't know if it's just I don't know if it's just originals or there's going to be prints of it where being sold. So this is the Anarchy in the UK piece, 1976. So I don't know if this is this is a poster for it. So I don't know if it's the original, even if I don't know if the original even exists anymore. But these are auctions that are closed. But like I said, this is where the whole torn up things and being held together by safety pins and bulldog clips. They never really got that, never really took off. Well, I suppose because it couldn't really be sold on clothes, and that's why safety pins took off, and they didn't. It's because Malcolm McLaren and Vivian West wanted to sell clothes, basically. So this piece is tough one. Is this John Wayne here? Yeah, John Wayne in lipstick. He would have hated that. So, and with a peace symbol on his hat. I don't know if this was made before or after he died. Again, the Pretty Vacant single. This is where it wasn't just a tour thing. It was a Pretty Vacant record cover. This is weird. It says click to go to scale and see it's a smaller piece. I wanted to see what was real on the other bus. I couldn't remember. So you've got. It always takes it back. When we go back, it always go back to the top of the page. So one bus says nowhere, and the other says boredom. So that was 70s punk for you. So a lot of it had like an anti-capitalism, environmental edge to it. I don't know if there are any collections of his work out. There should be. If there weren't, they should. Somebody should put one out. So this is only going to be a very small um, uh, representation of his work, unfortunately, because these are auctions. He did do a hell of a lot of work and had a lot of exhibitions. Obviously, it was a very famous Nevermind the Bollocks cover. Very simple, works perfectly. God Save the Queen cover. I have a T-shirt of that, not this exact version of it. He did very many variations on that. There's a God Save Damien Hirst piece. So these all seem to be variations of the same piece. Apart from here, you've got a piece called Be Reasonable. Some again with this guy Shepherd Fairy. So obviously showing how these two opposing ideologies of capitalism and so-called Chinese communism aren't really that different. And this, I don't know if this is a cover. Yeah, it's a cover for a magazine, I think, or made to look like that way. So that's pretty cool. It's good to see that he remains this. He remains this anti-authoritarian and he had the same kind of attitude throughout his whole life. I have to really look at some interviews with him. I haven't seen too many there. Shame we've got the stupid adverts here. And this is one that it's strange that he actually took part in. It's something to do with the Great Rock and Roll Swindle. I don't think he did anything for the actual album cover, but the film cover. But this is quite a good way to parody an American Express card. John Yates did a good one of those where he changed it to American Excess. Revolution using a screen print based on and collage based on the revolutionary French image. I can't remember the name of it. It's terrible of me to not know that. So this was the crux of what his work was like. This is why it was so influential. That it kept this from the beginning. It had this anti-authoritarian, anti-establishment bent, and that never left him. And this was basically the beginning of what I do the way I do things. What with it being very influenced by punk, and this part of it, this is a whole part of it being also not just a musical movement but also an artistic movement. And this was very much a thing with him, where at least the UK version of it, and like I said, weaponized album covers, not just like a picture of the band on the record cover. cover that was actually meant to say something and meant to provoke a reaction. So something like this back in 1977, at the time um, of her jubilee, will have, and it did provoke a reaction. And I'll go more into this, but where where the picture of her has literally been defaced. So, and there are very many variations of this one with the flag. That's the one that I think got used for the record cover was the blue one. It was based on a photograph or picture, I can't remember which, by a specific person. I can't remember his name though. So let me know what you think of his artwork. Certainly go into it more, look into it more. This is like he was like the grandfather or godfather, however you want to look at it, of punk artwork. This is where it came from. He was the patient zero of this, or artist zero. Um, and you don't hear as much about his work apart from the stuff to do with the Sex Pistols. He did do a lot of work, extra work. It's just most of that's what makes up most of here. And obviously he did work, do different versions of the stuff he did back then, because this is what made him the money and what he was known for. But he did have a very left wing um, feel to him. So let me know what you think. Like, share, and subscribe. The description has my link tree, which has my merch links and my socials. And I shall speak to you soon. Thank you. Alright, just another little additional bit that there's another piece I came across that I love is this hole here. He would have done this in Trump's first presidency, because he's since died before the second before this last election, but where he's just added the whole "God Save Us All" part of it. I thought that was funny, and what he's done with the eyes was quite prescient, really. I think, and this is like a um, this is a limited edition um, piece, stained with red and blue, hand distressed and folded. An edition of 313 signed and numbered by him. They're out of stock now because I don't know when this this auction was. That was pretty cool. I need to see more of this. Here we go. Here's some kind of a collection of his work. Time for Magic. It's something he's took part in, but it's not his main type of artwork. This might be though. It's released to mark his first UK major retrospective. So let's have a look, see what's in here. No, I will go, but so here you got the rise of rise, a playground for the juggler. It's all very interesting artwork here. Not just the anti establishment stuff, but so just some very interesting shamanistic stuff. Something for Bow Wow Wow. Of course, again the Sex Pistols stuff. And the Free Pussy Riot image. I remember that one. So yeah. So I don't know if this book is still available. Let's have a look. It's quite expensive though, 35 to £145. It's a limited slipcase edition, that's why. It would be interesting to see. I'll bring up Amazon and see if there is a collection of his work. An affordable one. Jamie Reid book. There's that Time for Magic, the shamanistic one. Here we go. I don't know if this is still available. The incomplete works of Jamie Reid. It's out of print though, and it's expensive. It's like £78. So that needs to be rectified. Anyway, so as I said before, like, share, and subscribe. Follow my links and everything, and I shall speak to you soon. Thank you.